Name's Roger Boaty. Mr. George Roger Boaty.
Hello, my darlings, and a very warm welcome to Windy Bottom in the Peak District, and indeed, Tuesday Night Live. And it's only going to be a short one. I'm really sorry. I'm going to be here for half an hour to catch you up with some things and say hello, and to give one of you, potentially, £5,000. Now, to win this £5,000, potentially, to win this scratch card, you just need to answer one simple question. I sang 2 songs to win my first major singy talenty competition thing. What were they? And I need song title and artist, please. And I will give you clues. So there you go. That's that. What else have we got to do? Oh, we're going to have to rattle through this tonight. Obviously, the good Captain Mustard was live streaming tonight, so I don't want to clamber all over his hairy toes, so I left him well alone. And I just thought I'd pop along later because, you know, a night without you guys is like a night without a glass of wine and a nice supper. In other words, it just wouldn't be as good as it could have been. And I wanted to edit a video and get it out, and I singularly failed to do that, so it's going to have to go out in the morning. So you'll get the news first. Not that there is much news, and not that what news there is in any way exciting. So there we are. Hello, hello, hello. And I'm so glad that you're here with me. Gosh, quite a few of you. Jimmy, good evening. Trace, lovely. Matt, of course. I've read all of those before. Oh gosh, we were busy, weren't we, before we started? Cheeseburger's here, Simon's here, Project MGTF, Black Lions. Oh, Liz, hello. Oh yeah, Cheeseburger. I did say last night that today's topic would be who would you most like to go on, but we're going to do that tomorrow because we haven't got time to do it tonight. I forgot that tonight was Tuesday, and I forgot that yesterday was Monday. I never know what day it is. I barely know who I am or what year it is. It's very difficult to be old and bewildered like what I am. So tomorrow's live stream will be who would you most like to go on? And tonight we'll give away £5,000, and we'll have a quick chat and a nice group hug. And, you know, maybe even a friendly kiss. No tongues, please. Yeah, and it will be splendid, and then we'll all toddle off to bed. Yes, right. So, there we are. Mustard, hello. Black Lines, yes. Diddly, oh, hello. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, let's all fuck off, says Mustard. Lovely. Yeah, right. Yes, absolutely. Splendid. Jolly well done. Nice scarecrow. Yeah, I have watched that video. Where are the salt and pepper shakers? Where have you been, Black Lions? They went ages ago on a live stream episode called Let's All Bully Boaty and Make Him Completely Change His Cottage to our taste rather than his, because we're more important than he is, even though he's the poor sod that lives there. Oh dear. Oh yeah, and Trace says, chat, did a mutiny take over and he got rid of the dildos? I certainly did. Oh, is it Wednesday morning? Was the song Shit on the Villa, says Cheeseburger? No, it wasn't. I did it my way, Frank Sinatra, Suspicious Minds, Elvis. No, I'll be back, says Jimmy Quinn. No. Love on the Rocks, Neil Diamond, says Cheeseburger. No, but one of them was a Neil Diamond song, but it wasn't that one. Have I ever told you about the time? The very first wedding I was booked for? I have, haven't I? And I didn't change my set list, and I sang Love on the Rocks at a bloody wedding. Oh, God, I could have crawled down a mouse hole. All the single ladies, Beyonce, no. Hello to the other Liz. Smack my bitch up, Prodigy, says Black Lines, no. Dinosaur Dad, Ross is here. Fly me to the moon, says Jimmy, no. Might as well like as we're here, says Trace, lovely. Liked, says Ross, thank you so much. Kiss or snugs, anyone, says Trace? I'll be first in that queue, my darling. If I won that £5,000, I'd give it you back, says Black Lines. I'd feel horrible. Well, in that case, I really, really hope you win. And you don't have to give me all $5,000. Just give me 4,900 and keep 100 for yourself. Treat yourself. Oh, right. Okay, jolly good. Sweet Caroline. Good shout, Jimmy Quinn. That was a staple. I must have sung that song 5,000 times, but no, not that one. Oh, nice garden, says Cheeseburger. Thank you very much. You should have a barbecue. What do you mean I should have a barbecue? Do you mean I should organise a barbecue, or I should actually have a physical barbecue? Because I have got a physical barbecue. It's not up in the far garden bit. It's in the near garden yardy bit where all of my dining furniture and whatnot is. And I've got a great big red gas-powered barbecue that I've had for 8 years. It cost an absolute fortune. Guess how many times I've used it? Go on, guess. No, not once. Not once. That barbecue remains a virgin. I will use it one day. Forever in Blue Jeans, another staple, but no. And Russ says, I was going to say he has a tidy bush. The reason I did that was because my gardeners came for their second visit of this year. And I just thought they made it look quite nice. So I spent a bit of time in the garden today and thought I'd share it with you. Updates. Oh no, I'll give you a clue on the songs first. Okay. One of them is a Neil Diamond track, but not one of the well-known single hits. I'm not sure if it ever was a single or if it was only an album track. I honestly don't know. Or I probably did know, but I've certainly forgotten. But it's not one of the super well-known ones. The other song, what can I give you as a clue for that? The other song was written and performed by somebody who appeared in as a guest star in an episode of the American sitcom Friends. Okay, there's your clue. There's your clue for that. I'm a Believer. No. The Great Pretender. No. And Mustard says, oh, I know it. I bet you don't. Oh, you might. Have I told you? Have I told you this? God, we've spoken so much over over a year now, isn't it, that we've been shackled together like Basil and Sybil Faulty. Crackling Rosie, says Ross. No. Breakfast in America, says Mustard. No. Right, update. Okay, Brian. A lot of you are saying it could be the alternator. Well, I say a lot of you. A couple of you have. Now, obviously, I should have I should have tested the battery while the car was running. Now, I didn't do that, but I'm sure that previously I've done it with the thing in the cigarette lighter because it does it automatically, my Bluetooth thing. And I'm sure that it was putting out like 13.5, 13.6 when the engine was running, and that, I think that's enough to signify a healthy alternator, isn't it? But also, it doesn't make sense to me that if it was the alternator that was failing, then the battery would just run down gradually, wouldn't it? A fully charged battery would just gradually run down because the charge isn't being replenished. Surely an alternator wouldn't make the battery go like that. Oh, sorry, like that. Which is what happened today. God, I can't remember what was in the video today. Bugger. So I can't remember what you've seen and what you haven't seen. But yeah, I sat there, I put everything on. Oh, I think I put it in the Facebook group, didn't I? Basically, I started Brian, he's sitting, started fine, sitting and idle, no warning lights on, nothing wrong happening. I put the blowers on, I put the lights on, I put the hazards on, then I put the fog lights on, and he cut out. So, turned everything off, started him again, went through that process again, and again, by the time I got to the fog lights, he cut out. But this time when he cut out, the battery was dead. Wouldn't operate the central lock-in, wouldn't do a thing. Surely that can't be the alternator. That's got to be just a battery that's come to the end of its life. And once that demand is placed on it, then it just says fuck it and gives up the ghost. I took the battery off, I charged it in here. It charged very quickly, and the battery tester said that it was below 50% charged, but it charged there it showed us charged in like 2 minutes. I'm sure that battery's fucked. I'm sure it's dropped a cell. So tomorrow, tomorrow I'm going to swap the batteries and take Brian tomorrow night and see if that solves the problem. I've genuinely got a feeling now that it really might. I'm 96% sure that the battery is the issue. I could be totally wrong, of course. But there we are. Okay, comments. Take a look at my girlfriend, no. America, Neil Diamond, no. Oh, that Earth needs serious attention. Yeah, a lot of you have commented on the state of the Earth. And I can't say anything too bad about it because Mustard did it. A lot of you have said, what the fuck is that? That's outrageous. But I'm confident that the Earth isn't the problem. It might not look pretty. I was warned against fiddling with it because it looked as if it would never come undone. I did undo it. It undid perfectly easily. It's perfectly free. I gave it a rub and a wobble about, and I retightened it, and I made sure that it was properly tightened. I'm sure the Earth isn't the issue, at least not that Earth. I think there's an Earth that goes to the gearbox, isn't there? Don't know about that one. But I'm sure it's the battery. I'm sure it's the battery. We'll see. We will see. Where did I get to? Right. Sung Blue, Jimmy Quinn. No. Is the battery light on the dash, asks Mustard. No, not during normal driving. When it plays up, when there's an episode, the battery light comes on and the I think the ABS light comes on. I honestly think it's an Earth problem, Boaty. That wiring is bad, says Black Line. I don't think it is an Earth problem. I could be wrong. Let's try the battery. I'm not clever enough to sort the Earth. So we'll try the battery, and if the battery doesn't work, then next Monday, when I will have some money, and assuming that Mustard is going to be at the Yard of Dreams, even though it's a bank holiday, he normally is, then I will take Brian up there, and we can have a look at it together, which means that Mustard can look at it while I give him some general abuse and get in the way and bugger up his videos. Oh, but I will buy him lunch because it'll be my turn, won't it? Will it? Yeah, it'll be my turn. Although, strictly speaking, this Monday was my turn. So, does it count as me having done my turn, even though I didn't go there and even though I didn't pay for lunch? I suppose I could try that argument, but I don't think I'd get very far. I'm sure it's the battery. I'm really sure it's a battery. What else did I want to update you about? Okay, my idea of marrying a beautiful Ukrainian woman. I have been working hard on that, and I've discovered that there are just scams everywhere, as you might expect. Now, when I was living in Ukraine with Lena, one of her best friends ran an introduction agency, and it was a totally 100% genuine thing. Yes, it was a business. Yes, money was charged, but it was run honestly and morally, and all of the people on there were 100% genuine and personally checked and personally met and all of that sort of thing. Obviously, that was at the beginning of the century, sort of in when did I move to Ukraine? 2001, and things have changed a lot. So obviously, I own a dating site. I know every trick in the book. I've told you about the dodgy business practices, so obviously I knew exactly what was going on and I didn't get caught with anything. But it was interesting to see what it's like out there. However, I do know that there are lovely Ukrainian people, women's, both in Ukraine and now around Europe and around the world, actually, who are looking for relationships, and it's kind of even more important now with the situation in Ukraine and people having to relocate. So I think there's a genuine human need. So I've I've set up my own, or I'm in the process of setting up my own UK-Ukraine community. I will rejig my dating site so that it's specific for that purpose. I've set up social media. I've set up a Facebook community, Facebook page, all of that sort of thing. I haven't had too much time to throw at it, but it's something that I am going to work at because I think it's a good thing to do. I've got a connection with Ukraine. There are, and I know from not my own personal history, but I know from being involved with Lena and her friend, whose name I can't bloody remember now, that, there are genuine people out there. There's a genuine thing, and I don't like all of these scams, and even the things that aren't out and out scams are just, taking people's trousers and pants down financially. And I hate all of that sort of thing. And there's no need for it when, social media, openness. So I'm going to do it myself, and I'm going to do it on an entirely not-for-profit basis. It'll be an extension of my singles network. So there you go. That's what's going on with that. I have virtually met some lovely Ukrainian ladies who are actually here in the UK at the moment as part of the refugee program scattered around the UK. I've chatted with ladies in London, in Norfolk, in Scotland, and we've chatted, and they're absolutely 100% genuine. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Anyway, let's get back to some comments. Where did I get to? You're going to give me the £5 back if you win. That's nice, but you can keep 100. The barbecue I've dealt with, the tidy bush. I've done all of these. Let's get down a bit. I think Boaty's been on coffee, coke or speed. Place your bets. My ears are having a problem keeping up. I really want to go at midnight. I've got so much shit that I want to get on with, but I didn't want to miss you guys as well. And I want to make sure that you're kind of up to speed on everything. You know, if you're kind enough to give a shit, and I assume you are because you're here, then, you know, I want to give you the news. What other news is there? I went to work in Boo tonight because she needed her wheels turning over. Brian is obviously in a state of flux, and having had the battery completely die with all the lights on and everything, then I thought, you know, silly taking a pointless risk. Boo needed her wheels turning over. She needed some diesel in her, and diesel is so much cheaper in Ripley than it is at the local garage here. Oh, what else to tell you? That's something. Stigbürt is booked in. Stigbürt is booked in for next Wednesday. So that's a week today. It's Wednesday now, isn't it? Yes, that's a week today. And I've told them what happened, and they mercilessly took the piss out of me as usual and said that he will inevitably be scrap. So, but there we are. I mean, they are, if you don't know the garage down the road, they are uber specialists in classic and sports cars. You know, they deal with all of the really fancy schmancy stuff. They're enthusiasts themselves, they're owners themselves. They're really nice guys, and you can tell they're really nice guys because within 5 minutes of meeting them, they dropped any element of professionalism and just ruthlessly ripped the piss out of me and ripped the piss out of my cars. And, you know, that's a sign of good chaps in my book. It's the relationship I got with Mustard, isn't it? But by God, do they know what they're doing. And they certainly don't take the piss with me when it comes to the work. I mean, the work is done to the highest possible standard. I don't ask them for an invoice when they do work for me. They haven't done any for ages. Yeah, I don't ask for an invoice. I pay them in cash. You know the drill. And they're good chaps. They're really good chaps. So Stigbürt will go in. They'll give him the once over, and they will tell me exactly what he needs, and then I'll tell you, and we'll decide what to do. But at least there will be progress, and he won't just be sitting there. You know, they've obviously said that with a wallop of a fairly seismic nature, there's a chance that you could have bent this subframe and whatnot. But there's no point in second guessing, is there? We'll get him in, we'll find out what the score is, and we'll deal with it. Okay. Did he just give us a clue that he sang Smelly Cat? I didn't sing Smelly Cat. Part exit for the white one, Mustard has. No, wrong colour, too expensive. And I love Brian. I genuinely, look, okay, we might have fallen out a little bit recently, but you look back at the videos of last year, just before I bought him. You asked Mustard how obsessed I was over Brian. I adore that car. And, you know, just driving him these couple of nights has reminded me how much I adore him. And he should be with me forever, really. That's the way it is. It shouldn't quickly, that's the battery buggered. I told you, says Mustard. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You never said that it was the battery, did you? You didn't. Or maybe you did. I don't remember you saying that. But we're on the same page. I agree with you. I think the battery is buggered. And swapping the battery will tell us. Oh, and Blackline says, oh no, in that case it will be the battery then. If the current draw is too high and the voltage drops, it'll die. Okay. Cherry or red wine, says Cheeseburger. No and no, but good shout with red wine. A lot of people don't know that Neil Diamond wrote that and got himself into a lot of trouble when he performed in Birmingham when UB40 had taken it to #1, and he came on stage with singing it with a pair of big red false lips and skanked across the stage and got booed. I haven't seen the Earth cable, says Mustard. Well, you bloody have. You fitted it, man. It's on today's video, which you won't watch. Brass in pocket. No. Oh, yeah, I see why you said that, Jimmy Quinn, because the absolutely gorgeous Chrissie Hynde did appear on that episode of Friends, didn't she? No, it's not a Chrissie Hynde song, but from memory, and I could be wrong, the episode that I'm talking about was either the one before or the one just after the one with Chrissie Hynde. That I may be wrong in that, but in my memory, that was the case. It was certainly at about the right time. Don't get me wrong. Another good shout. Yep, the Earth is fucked, says Ross. I think the Earth is fine. I think the battery's buggered. So no, great effort there, Jimmy, considering you don't care and you're rich, so you don't need the scratch card. But yeah, no, not Chrissie Hynde, not Pretender songs. Another singer who appeared on an episode of Friends. And like Chrissie Hynde, it wasn't like a cameo appearance. They were on there for the full episode as an actual character. You must be getting closer now. Mustard likes bedtime stories. The clip is available from his stream tonight, around 52 minutes in. Hashtag Boaty's unpaid intern. Oh, right. Thank you, Matt. I'll find that out. I'll steal it, and I'll use it as the intro to the next bedtime story. Shall I? Talk of the town, says Jimmy Quinn. No. Fuck bank holiday, says Mustard. I agree, mate. So I'll see you next Monday. I hated missing out on last Monday. I really did. And it means that I will doubly look forward to next Monday. And it will be my turn to buy lunch. And I think I'll actually have some money. Well, enough money to get there and enough money to buy lunch anyway. Unless you go mad ordering extra samosas again. You can't have extra samosas when I'm paying, right? £10 limit, that's the rule, all right? No extra samosas. I suppose we'd better do Istanbul next time, hadn't we? Having had a break. Alternator, says Liz. Bet you a plate of momos and a tin of beans. I'll take that bet, Liz, because I'm convinced it's the battery. So double or quits on the momos. I said, says Jimmy. No, but that was, as a quick aside, that was probably the song that I loved to sing most when I was doing the tribute act. And it was, this is going to sound weird. I had to sing it with my eyes closed. The songs that meant the most to me, I sang with my eyes closed because, oh, this is going to sound really weird, because some songs are about the audience. Sweet Caroline, America, Cracklin' Rosie, Forever in Blue Jeans, they were all about the audience. Some songs are about me, and I Am I Said was one of those, so I sang it with my eyes closed because although I was kind of sharing it with the audience, it was also for me. And the song that is the correct answer to the thing is another one of those. Kid, says Cheeseburger, no. Some new Streetwise videos have been uploaded onto YouTube recently, says Matt. Looks quite a nice one. Okay. I'll be there, says Mustard. I want to see what I did wrong. I don't. What are you talking about? I don't think you've done anything wrong. I think the Earth is fine. It might not Might not look particularly pretty after the winter, but I think it's doing the job. When you were having major issues on the way home, asks Black Lines, you had headlights on, wipers, cigarette lighter was powering stuff, blowers on. That's a lot of drawn on a bad battery or alternator. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Because, yeah, lights, heater, wipers, and, of course, in the cigarette lighter, I've got a Bluetooth thing, which has also got USB pockets that was also powering a sat-nav and a mobile phone. So, yeah, that would be enough to push a battery over the edge. I'm sure it's a battery. The Bluetooth thing I've got, when you first plug it in, it reads the battery outage. And I'm sure that when I was plugging it in with the car running, I'm sure that it was throwing out like 13.7, 13.8, something around there, which, as far as I'm aware, would signify a properly operating alternator. I'll put the tester on it tomorrow first before I swap the battery. But I'm convinced, I'm 98% convinced now that what we're dealing with here is a fucked up battery. We'll find out tomorrow, won't we? But thank you for all your help and guidance on this. If somebody hadn't mentioned the battery, whoever it was in that YouTube comment, I'd still be going along the BCU route, and it looks like that was a what's it? Oh, Simon says, I'll join you both on Monday if you like, and it'll be my turn for lunch. Whoa! Who said there's no such thing as a free lunch? Mustard, I take it back. You can have the extra samosas after all. But it did also go haywire with things not working. So maybe it is the BCU. No, I don't think it is the BCU, because if it was the BCU, it would be a constant. And with a fully charged battery on there, there was nothing. No issues developed until the battery would have been on long enough, right? Think about it. I put a fully charged battery on it. Perfect. Drove it a bit. Perfect. Went down for petrol. Perfect. Drove it to the restaurant. Perfect. Did a load of jiggling about. Perfect. Did some deliveries in it. Perfect. And then, when it had done all of that, so the battery wouldn't have been as fully charged as it was when it went on. And then when I was driving home with lights on, heater on, everything else, then it started playing up. That's not a BCU, is it? If it was BCU, it would be constant. It wouldn't be affected by those things. I'm so sorry. I don't think it would anyway. That, to me, it's all pointing towards a battery. Jimmy Quinn, girl, you'll be a woman soon. No, although obviously I did used to sing that. My dad, says Trey, spent literally thousands of pounds trying to find a Ukrainian lady to marry him on a scam site where they just wanted to ask rubbish. What did you have for dinner, etc. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what is going on, Trace. That's exactly what's going on. I assume that the women, if they're genuine, and I know for a fact that at least some of them are, I assume that they're on some kickback from the website or from the agency in order to hook the men on to spending money chatting for as long as possible. Yeah, I think from what I can piece together, I think that is the business model. And I'm pretty sure that the agency pay for the photo shoots where they all look fabulous and they're, photoshopped and airbrushed, and they pay for the videos. I've got a pretty shrewd idea of what's going on. And as I say, I'm going to circumvent it by setting up my own thing. I've already started. It's already started attracting scam people, but I've got a lot of experience in this. I've got 7-8 years of experience of running singles. I can sniff a scammer, a fake profile, something remotely dodgy. I can sniff it from a country mile away. Believe me, I can. And just like singles, which is 100% safe and secure, remember, I got government type approval for it. Nobody else has ever done that in the history of this thing ever. And I will do this exactly the same. It will be 100% watertight. And that's not for my own benefit per se. It's for the benefit of other people. So, you know, that appeals to me. So there you are. Cut down, sell one car and put it into the other. Well, I've done that, Skick. I got rid of 2 cars. I got rid of Sir Arnold and HJ. HJ's looking fabulous. He's in the right hands. Hopefully Sir Arnold is too. I can't cut down any more. Which one would I part with? I love them all too much. Oh, yeah, I'll just become a prostitute. Fuck it hell. Who'd pay me? God, I'm lucky to get it for free now and then. No bugger would ever pay me. Oh dear. Hello again, says Jimmy Quinn. Nope. I suppose it would be better to date a woman who I can't understand when she berates me, says Matt. Good point. I've been this way before, Jimmy Quinn. No, but great guesses. I wouldn't have minded if it was a genuine campsite offering honest transactions, but my dad just kept getting hit by the scam sites that he completely believed were real. I understand that, Grace. I started looking into it as an investigative thing, but posing as a normal person. Now, obviously, I didn't part with any money. Haven't got any money to part with. But they offer free introductions and free this and free that to get you sucked in. And it was very, very obvious what was going on. At first I thought that all of the women were just bots or in some way employed or monetized by the agency. I think that quite a lot of them are genuine, but I think that the business model is that they're not allowed to just, you know, that they have to suck the guys along for as long as possible. Like I say, I know what I'm doing, and I tried all sorts of tricks. Made myself seem irresistible, and they're not willing to move away from the paid sites anywhere near quickly. I imagine that there's a set period before they're allowed to move away. Now, I know some of them are genuine, and I know some of the sites are genuine, and you can, on the fully reputable sites, you can pay to get the direct contact details of the ladies, so that you can contact them directly without going via the site. That can be difficult if they don't speak English, of course, but you know, there's Google Translate now, isn't there? And you know, really, if you were going down that route, then you shouldn't be asking about somebody who doesn't speak the language to some extent, you know, at least on a intermediate level. So, you know, the people are obviously genuine, but the business model is, to my mind, immoral. And over the space of 3 or 4 days, I've learnt enough to satisfy myself as to what's out there. I've had a look around social media, and yeah, there's scam everywhere, there's fakes everywhere, but like with many things in life, there's a core of genuine people, and the thing that I'm setting up will cater entirely for the genuine people, and it will keep them safe. All right. Now, and again, if you want to come at me and say that all of this mail order bride thing is all wrong, It's not. I lived in Ukraine. I lived with a Ukrainian woman. I met her friends and so on and so on and so on. There are different attitudes from the Slavic nations, and you know, they could be looking for foreign men for a number of reasons. Now, if you go back to when I was living in Ukraine, then the reasons would have been, for example, one, the standard of living in Ukraine at that point, outside of the major cities, was quite poor. In the rural areas, you would find people living on $20, 20 US dollars a month. Certainly in Kyiv, when I was living there, there were old age pensioners on the street selling single cigarettes for a fraction of a penny. Not that everybody was in that state, but you could understand why people might want to relocate to a different country. And the other thing is, and this is a generalization, and I apologize to any Ukrainian men watching, and it may not be so much the case now, but certainly back then, Ukrainian men are often bastards. They're often violent alcoholics, and spousal physical abuse is, or was, very, very common. So again, you could understand why a lady might want to look elsewhere. So the point is, there's genuine stuff there. There was then, there will be now, even more so with, you know, Ukrainians displaced around the place in state of refugee because of the awfulness that's going on in their country. And I'm going to do something about it. Well, I'm already doing it. So there we go. That's enough about that. Let's get back on. Kentucky Woman. Good shout. Good shout. Yeah, that was off a great album that I can't remember the name of. Tennessee Moon. That was off the Tennessee Moon album. And it was like a country music album, and he did a load of collaborations, including one with the amazing Waylon Jennings. But nope. Red Red Rose, no. Oh, you lost the connection, Trace. Sorry. I'm in love with freedom, no. Spanish Harlem, no. Didn't know you could speak Scottish, neither did I. Yesterday's songs, no. Well done, says Mustard. What for? What done? Sunday Sun, no. Village Green Preservation Society, says Cheeseburger. Well, that was the Kinks, so no. Margarita, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. No, those are both Jimmy Buffett. My toenails need cutting. Don't know that song, Mustard. No. Come Monday, no. Why? It's not. Was Jimmy Buffett on Friends, Jimmy Quinn? I don't remember. Oh, maybe he was, and I've forgotten. But no, it's not Jimmy Buffett. Although, as most of you know, he is one of my favourite artists, and he is why I'm called Boaty. I'm named Boaty after a Jimmy Buffett song, Boat Drinks. But it's not a Jimmy Buffett. I'll read through the rest of the answers, and then I'll give you some clues, because we need to get an answer to that, don't we? They came out of the factory with a bent subframe, says Cheeseburger. You've just corrected it. My MGF in 2007 went down the road at 45 degrees. Volcano, no. The Earth is Fucked. Who sang that one? No idea. We do need a hug, Mustard. Yeah, let's have a hug on Monday. Should we film it? A filmed hug. Oh, and you do want extra samosas. Bring your wallet, Simon. Did Neil Diamond write Dizzy? I was screaming battery all last night. It's the battery, isn't it, Cheeseburger? It is, it's the battery. I'm sure it is. And I was going to swap it over this afternoon, but it was really late when all of this happened and I had to get to work. And I ran down to Shison to whip the battery out, but the battery on Shison is all properly fitted with, and I only had my little sockets with me, and he's got a properly battery fitted thing, and I need to get my big boy socket set out because it's going to need an extension to get the battery locatory thingamy off and all of that. So we'll do that tomorrow. But it's the battery. I'm telling you, it's the battery. Oh, right. Pull my car into the garage, says Matt. Yeah. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Matt has had his head gasket done. Thank God for that. Matt is now fully mobile. I pulled my car into the garage. Mechanic pointed out I had a brake light out. He said to put my foot on the brake pedal and he hit the brake light. I now have a repaired brake light. You got to love Rovers, haven't you? Oh, he wants an extra naan as well, Simon. God almighty. Monday's going to be an expensive day for you, isn't it, sunshine? What? Oh, dear me. I'm enjoying this. I was supposed to go 15 minutes ago, and I'm having too much fun. So let's have a drop more wine. But oh, fucking hell. Right, I've frozen my wine. Normal service has been resumed. Oh, and I've got a wine turd. There's an official. Look, here it comes. Here comes the turd. Whoa! Oh, shit. Oh, dear. Oh, you have to laugh, don't you? What a waste of wine. Never mind. There we are. Where did I get to? The battery isn't retaining its charge. Another brick in the wall, says Mustard. No. Oh, and Simon has committed to providing Mustard with his extra samosas. This is taking advantage. I don't know if I can approve of this. Not that that would make the remotest bit of difference. Oh, I'm looking forward to Monday. We'll have a laugh. I told you it was the battery, says GPS. Was it you? I know one of you did. And I had that ding moment, thought, yeah, that would make sense. And when you made that comment, if it was you, GPS, and that rings a bell now, then what was I going to say then? I've completely forgotten what I was going to say. How annoying. If it was... oh, yeah, but when you made that comment, I was still convinced that it was BCU and nothing else. Oh, you are wonderful, aren't you? Between you all. And hello all, says GPS. I reckon it's American Trilogy by Elvis, says Cheeseburger. No, it's not Elvis. Elvis was not on Friends. We've established that it's one song was by Neil Diamond, the other was by somebody who did a full appearance on one full episode of Friends. Don't freeze your wine, says Jimmy Quinn. So, sorry, I read that too late. Oh, now then. Don't forget to like, says Jimmy, and you know, that would be a real kindness if you were to like this. It does make a difference. Ross, Dinosaur Dad, he's kind of got one, but he hasn't quite. He says, Chris Isaac, don't want to fall in love. Now Ross, it is Chris Isaac. You've got the right song, but you haven't got the right song title. That's not the title of the song. Or Blue Hotel. No, I love Blue Hotel. I absolutely love Blue Hotel. That was the song that got me into Chris Isaac. When I heard it, God, I would have been quite a youngish teenager. And I heard it on some radio station I was listening to in bed after I'd almost killed myself on a mammoth training session. No, you had the song right the first time, but you need to get the right song title. Ukrainian site, says Trace. I think they're employed and get bonuses if they upsell to gifts, etc. Yeah, from what I can tell, Trace, with the more reputable ones, then it's not quite like that. They are genuine people, but they are definitely incentivized to stretch things out with as many different men as possible. But they are, in a lot of cases, they are genuine women, and that's the only way that they can get out there is by agreeing to that, I suppose. And I guess that's why they do it. They get the free photo session, they get and of course they get a lot of potential men. And also there is some method in the madness, because if you were to marry somebody from overseas and they were from somewhere that needed a visa to bring them in, then you have to meet an income threshold in order for them to qualify for a fiancé visa or whichever visa it is. Not sure what the level is at the moment. I think it's about 21 grand at the moment. So their argument, I'm sure, would be that if you couldn't afford to throw a few quid at a website to get to know them, you certainly couldn't afford to get them into the UK. But it's not as cut and dried as that. Like I say, and certainly in Ukraine, it's different. Ukraine is on the verge of becoming part of the EU. There's a genuine humanitarian crisis going on. It's not that cut and dried, but see where you're coming from. Mustard's got to go. So good night to you, my dear friend. What's he talking about? What do we have to guess, says GPS. You've got to guess which two songs I sang to win my first major singy type talent competition. And the first person to guess it wins £5,000. Or, to be more accurate, wins a scratch card that could potentially win £5,000. I've seen Jimmy Buffett live in the UK, says Cheeseburger. Quality. You lucky bugger. I haven't. I've seen him in the States. But not in the UK. If Simon's paying for lunch, says Jimmy Quinn, I'm tempted to drive down. Christ, that would cost him the food you eat. We're happy that the frozen wine feature is back. I was watching Engelbert Humperdinck, says Skick, real name Jerry Dorsey, the other night, and he said he has a son called Jason, and he calls him Shison. Really? Honestly, Skick? So are you his son? No, I'm not. Do you know, a genuine thing, I genuinely wondered if I was my father's son, because he often told me that he wasn't sure that he was. But that was just his nonsense talking, his paranoia and drunkenness and bloody mental health issues and whatnot. And ironically, that was put to rest because, as you know, my dad starved to death when I had the accident and I wasn't able to get down to look after him. And he was, by the time he was found, he was so badly decomposed they couldn't identify him. And eventually, after 4 or 5 months of him not officially being alive or dead, they did a DNA test on me and some viable tissue they got from him, and got a positive match. So I definitely was his son. Well, I still am his son. Yeah. Good on you, Dad. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm definitely not Engelbert Humperdinck's son. Loads of us told you it was the battery. Start with the basics, says Cheeseburger. Oh, and oh God, well, hang on. General Cheeseburger says wicked game. Correct. Trace says Chris Isaac wicked game. Doubly correct. And then says she bows to General Cheeseburger, but you gave the full answer. Yeah, that's what I meant. Can we split the win, says Ross. No, because you've got to get both songs to win. You've got one, but you've got to get the other one. Night, everyone, says Simon. I'll be listening but not chatting. Right, so at this point in the comments, we've established that one of the songs is Chris Isaak and Wicked Game. And we're coming towards the end of this live stream, so I need to go and have some supper. Let me remind you that this is to win £5,000. Tomorrow night will be £7,000, and the day after that, which will be, I don't know, Thursday, 100,000 quid, my darlings. My God. Don't say you don't get spoiled on a Boaty's World live stream. So now you are looking for the other song, the Neil Diamond song. Who's going to get it? So your complete answer needs to be Wicked Game, Chris Isaak, and Neil Diamond in order to win. I accept, says Matt, that most of my ideas are slightly dark, so I might as well share in another one. How about a limited group a limited group meetup of 25 Rover 25s, then another with 45 45s, and yes, 75 75s. Okay, that's an interesting idea. There's a studio live version Chris does. The production is fantastic. GPS says Wicked Game. Yeah, we've got that. Are those more bedtime stories? The states I've seen Jimmy Buffett in, quite possibly. It's quite a nice pun there. I think it's a Monkey song or one that Diamond wrote for somebody else, says Cheeseburger. The Monkey song is I'm a Believer, and no, it's not that. And he did write many songs for many other people. It's not one of them. This is a song that he wrote and recorded himself. Okay? Big Yellow Taxi, no, that's Joni Mitchell. Chris Isaak, Wicked Game, says Trace. And Neil Diamond, Hello Again. No, just the one. You Don't Bring Me Flowers Anymore. Duet with Barbara Streisand, says Ross. No, but I did sing that on a UK television show called, what was it called? Stars in the Rise, with a girl called Vanda, who was British but of Spanish heritage, and was a very well-known, quite a well-known, a really quite well-known performer in Spain. And of course it was supposed to be for amateurs, and we blagged it, and in those pre-internet days we got away with it. I mean, I was an amateur at the time. I was a genuine full-on amateur, although I was on the talent circuit, so I was winning prizes, but I wasn't a professional vocalist earning money. But Vanda bloody was. Yeah, that was a chance meeting at Cheeseburger, at the Spring Meadow pub in Droitwich on a karaoke night. I can't remember why Vanda and her other half were there. I was there because it was Sasha's local, and I was dating Sasha at the time. I think it was before we moved in together and got engaged. I was up on the karaoke doing a Neil Diamond number. Her partner or boyfriend or whatever the hell he was, can't remember at the time, came over and said, would you sing with my girlfriend? And she is a professional, don't worry. And so we sang together, and we carried on. We did a few gigs together. We did a lot of studio recording together, and we did the TV show. I vote for, hang on. Mickey says, Chris Isaak, Wicked Game, Neil Diamond, Love on the Rocks. Just the one, I'm afraid, Mickey. I vote for Mustard and Boaty to share the £2 scratch card. Could be amusing to watch them win a decent amount. Oh, I'd love that. Chris Isaac, wicked game. Neil Diamond, solitary man, says Trace. No, solitary man was what I used to kind of open the show with. The intro was Crunchy Granola Sweet after a big instrumental prologue and light show. And then I'd introduce the show, and then I would open with Solitary Man, because when I did my full Neil Diamond tribute shows, I used to try and do the songs roughly in chronological order. And obviously Solitary Man was his first real semi-hit, I suppose. So that's what I used to open with. Don't know if I will. Yeah, I used to love singing that. But no, it's not that. I'll drop it off ASAP, says Matt. So hopefully they can scratch it on Monday in the Yard of Dreams. Yeah, I'll do that, Matt. Neil Diamond, play me, says Mustard. Says Ross. No, Agadoo, Black Lace. No, Skick. Right, so we've got Chris Isaac, wicked game. It's 1 o'clock. I need to bugger off. I'm going to have to give you some clues. How many of you are left? Bloody hell. Gluttons for punishment, 16 of you. Okay, what can I give you as a clue? The song title has 6 words. It's a 6-word song title. So no, it's not Hello Again. Hello Again is a bit too mainstream. You might not know this song. You might have to actually Google it. I can't tell you what album it was off. What can I give you as a clue? I mean, I could give you some clues from the lyrics, but if you don't know the song, that's not going to help you. Oh, I'll give you a clue. I've just thought of one. Right, here's your clue. Listen carefully. Don't bother listening carefully. Trace has just got it. Well done, Trace. Yeah, that's those are them. Well done. Well done, you. How did you get that? The clue I was just going to give you was think Frank Bruno. Know what I mean, Harry? But yeah, well done, Trace. Those are the answers. Chris Isaac, wicked game. Neil Diamond, If You Know What I Mean. And the radio played like a carnival tune as I lay in my bed in the afternoon. God, and that was a song that I genuinely used to sing with my eyes closed. Oh, it was the 6-word clue. There we are. So, now. So, these two are for the next 2 days. This now belongs to Tracy, and that means I can post both of those together tomorrow because, thank you, Matt. I assume, Matt, I haven't opened it, but I assume that these are the envelopes you kindly ordered for me. They arrived today, a day earlier than expected. Where's the other scratch cards gone? I think they're under here. Oh, they're in this pile of crap somewhere. So, yeah, this one, that one is Trace's, as well as one of the other, and I will post them both together tomorrow. And I will definitely post them because I had an eBay sale. Thank God. God knows I need the money. Not a massive amount, 40 quid, but believe me, when you're as poor as me, 40 quid makes a difference. Well, who am I kidding? It makes a massive difference. So I've got to get my printer up and running tomorrow. I've got to print out a label. I've got to do some packing, and I've got to go to the post office because it's a package I've got to send. I can't just, it's not like the gloves that I can just drop in the post office in the village. So I'll make sure that I get your scratch cards off to you tomorrow, Trace. You did send me your address, didn't you? Didn't you? I'm sure you did. It was so long ago. It was so long ago. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. What do you mean that's 5 words, you pilchard cheeseburger? If you know what I mean. 6! Take that back. I'm not a pilchard, arsehole. Yes, I'm sure you'd sent it to me. But there we are. Right, brilliant. That's it for tonight, my darling. I've really enjoyed tonight. I really have. Thank you so much for thank you so much for being here and being part of it. Back to normal time tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Yeah. Oh God, I mean it's gone 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm so sorry to keep you up so late, my darlings. I'm genuinely grateful for your company, and that's Trace just pinging me so the message will be up there with her address. Oh, and ping, yeah. Oh yeah, say goodbye everybody. I'm about to play you out. I've really enjoyed tonight. It's been fun, and thank you seriously everybody who messaged me today, just asking how today was. Thank you. Today's been great. Yeah, I'm sorry for my little wobble yesterday. Sometimes stuff just gets you a bit down, doesn't it? But we're all good. We are all good. Bugger off with 11 interfering with our stream. What time is your stream, Mickey? I forget what time everybody's doing it. Well, would half of it... Well, you tell me, what time would you like me to do? What time do you finish? Oh, yeah. Well done, cheeseburger. Tomorrow night is who would you really like to have a go on? And that is tomorrow night. And, yeah. Oh, you can... Trace, Mickey, you can pop along later. You won't miss anything. We'll just kill a bit of time until you get there. 11 o'clock tomorrow, guys, so we can all get to bed a little bit earlier. So that's your homework for tonight. You've got to think about who you would like to have a go on. Oh, I'm not on Facebook, so I can't message those cheeseburger. Glad you're happier there. Yeah, I will, Trace. I will start with and I'll start the ball rolling. I would like to have, can I have 2 goes? I would like to have 2 goes on Alanis Morissette. One, when she was in her vulnerable hippie mid-20s bit, and then another when she was in her early 30s and a bit more assured and confident and getting a grip on things. So yeah, those are 2 goes. And obviously I desperately want to have a go on Pepsi just after she finished the live version of Moonlight Shadow with Mike Oldfield. Oh, come on, let's go. Yes, thank you. Unmute it, you twerp. There we are. Scarlett Johansson, why not? Cheeseburger, I totally would. 100%. I'd be down in between those milky thighs in a heartbeat. All right, darlings, thanks so much. It's been fabulous. I've loved it. I'll see you tomorrow night. Have a safe and peaceful night. You guys take care of yourselves, and love to you all. Bye-bye.